on the interwebs. My bad. So sorry that people get to hear your opinions about things now. We won't let that happen again. Welcome to the Dorkening.
Hey you dorks, this is Gunnar Hansen, Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you are listening to The Dorkening.
Hi, I'm Brian Johnson, and although you probably accidentally stumbled across it and have no idea why you're watching it, you are in fact watching The Dorkening.
Hello, this is Tom Kenny, voice actor, the voice of the Ice King on Adventure Time, and SpongeBob SquarePants. Meow. Oh, Gary the Snail too. Hey, guess what you're filling your eye holes and ear holes with? The Dorkening! Oh, I love the Dorkening. Very popular in Ooh. And Bikini Bottom.
Hi, I'm Lou Ferrigno. You're watching The Dorkening. And you know what? You don't like me when I get angry, so don't get me angry. You better keep watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, this is Felissa Rose, and you're watching The Dorkening.
Hey guys, it's Courtney Palm. We're shooting Death House, and you're watching The Dorkening.
This is Anthony Michael Hall, and you're watching The Dorkening. Stay tuned, my friends are going to show you what entertainment's all about, baby.
The Dorkening.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rise and shine, my sinners. When Father Evil starts his day, he gets a little deadly. Deadly Grounds coffee has the richest, smoothest flavor you'll find anywhere. It's sinfully delicious. Once you go deadly, you never go back. Order yours at getdeadly.com. Coffee's so good, it's scary.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. You're watching Dorkening. My name's Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard, as always. And always, we have with us powerful Brandon. How's it going, my friend?
Hey, kids! It's going great so far, man. I everything was going really well until I showed up here, I guess.
Oh.
Oh, look who decided to show up! Thanks, Brandon. Oh, yeah. You're welcome for that.
Well, we do thank you for joining because we love having you. Same thing we love having Steven. How's it going, my friend?
Good, everyone. How is everyone? I'm doing well, everyone.
Yeah, doing okay. A little news about myself. You may have heard I had a hit and run this weekend. Life is like friggin' crazy. You believe that? Who the fuck does a hit and run?
I mean, I'm not an expert, but I want to say like just shooting from the hip real quick, like assholes, right?
Yes. Yep.
All right. Yeah. Nailed it.
So if you know the area, and I know a lot of people do, I was actually nobody knows this area.
I do.
Well, I know you do, Stephen, because you live over here. But near Foxwoods, there's an awesome restaurant called Mystic Pizza 2. Not to be confused with Mystic Pizza, which is closer to the location.
One of the few times that the sequel was actually better than the original.
Exactly.
The one that's gotten in a lot of tax evasion troubles. Yeah, I know that one.
Oh yeah, and the one that I heard that there was like a stripper pole in the basement or something. It's only rumor. But yeah, so yeah.
What is this, a Nelly song all of a sudden? Like, I got a pole in the basement. Ha, just kidding, like Jason. Unless you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So Tom Moore says, "Happy Wednesday, everybody." Joanna says, "Hey guys, does anybody remember what George Carlin said about Mickey Mouse? Oh my God, the best." And Joanna, oh Leo. So yeah, Sammy says, "Hey fellas, hey Sammy."
Hi, Sammy.
So Mystic Pizza restaurant over in Mystic, Connecticut is close to where they filmed the movie. Things have changed since then. Because
what movie?
Mystic Pizza, maybe
something to talk about.
Pretty Woman, what?
Runaway Bride.
Something with the enemy.
Ocean's 8. No.
Yeah, Mystic Pizza 2, which has better food than the original location. But anyway, so I'm at a dead stop because it's very trafficy there. I have my blinker on to turn into the restaurant. Just waiting for traffic to pass by so I can go into the parking lot, and I hear screeching behind me, and just somebody slams me from behind. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? And I see them out of my rearview mirror just zooming off, and I was like,
zoom, zoom, zoom. That is not what that commercial was about.
Well. No. 10-1, it was probably someone from another state because you were at a roundabout. Well, it was right outside of a roundabout.
Fucking roundabout.
And
oh my God. You mean a fucking rotary?
And the restaurant is right on the border of Rhode Island. So 10-1 is probably someone from Rhode Island if they were going that way.
Yeah, they were heading towards
Rhode Island. My money is on Rhode Island too. Actually, it's not. It's just a bias. Fuck Rhode Island. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I have nothing against Rhode
Island. Joanna says,
Vermont knows what it did.
Oh, jeez. She says, yeah, the original location served me a slice of crap. Thought it was supposed to be a slice of heaven.
That sounds like a health code violation.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the pizza's okay, but I mean, a lot of people don't know. Connecticut, we pride our pizza. Like New Haven pizza is supposed to be like the premier pizza in the country.
You'd be the only ones.
Jeez, what the hell?
Hey, listen, Massachusetts isn't known for its pizza, so like I have no leg to stand on here.
Well, Connecticut.
Like, what kind of pizza is Massachusetts known for? Oh, we like bar pizza. Oh, that's adorable. You like little tiny baby pizzas you could put in the microwave? Oh, that's so cute. I mean, there you go. I did it for you. So,
well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Actually, pizza was born in Connecticut, down in New Haven. Yeah.
Wait, who's who are its parents.
Uh,
What unholy union!
I bet you guys don't know the first hamburger was born in Connecticut too, because it was there's a restaurant in Connecticut in New Haven called.
There was not the first cow ever born was not born there.
No,
I mean, I'm
there was
willing
a-
to stretch disbelief to a point.
But Stephen, we also have the steamed burgers, which everybody like. What?
Steamed burgers?
Yeah, Connecticut's known for steamed hamburgers.
Steamed hams.
Yes.
I didn't realize that was a real thing. That just makes me think of fucking Better Off Dead, man. Like the mom making breakfast.
You were thinking of The Simpsons, but okay.
Well, no. Like I understand that. No, like oh, steamed ham, sir. I get that. No. Like that's the obvious reference you can make. It's just like when I think of like taking hamburger meat and steaming it, which is almost essentially like boiling it. You know, it's just boiling it with an extra step. Like you got to hang it over the evaporated water instead of putting it in. It's like great stuff. But and it just makes me think of the movie Better Off Dead with John Cusack, but written and directed by Savage Steve Holland, where the mother is just clearly the worst cook in the universe. I mean, like the stuff she makes is basically like calling forth the great old ones from Lovecraftian stories. And she's setting breakfast one morning, and what's his name? David Ogden Stiers playing the father and husband. He played Winchester in MASH.
Yep.
And she just pulls like a fucking mass of weird green stringy shit out of a huge pot and plops it down on a plate in front of him. And he's like, "What is that?" She's like, "It's bacon." "Well, you were saying how unhealthy it is because we have to fry it. So I boiled it." And it's just like, I don't think it would look exactly like that, but his reaction either way was definitely correct. And when you say steamed hams, that's all I can think. Like, oh, cool. Hot, wet, ground beef in a patty-ish shape.
Joanna.
Yeah, exactly, Joanna.
Yeah, sounds gross. Yeah.
Joanna, we can be friends. I got you.
I tried it before. But it's you drive by these places and there's like lines going to the street. It's just like,
yeah, the key is to continue to drive by those places, Leo. Like just because you see it as you're driving doesn't mean you have to stop and go in.
No, I tried.
No, I am just joshing though. Like anybody that digs on that stuff, like I have never tried it. I've never come across it. This is the first I've heard of it. Chances are if I tried it, I might like it. Who knows? Do you like steamed ham, Steve?
No.
All right, so we got two. We got one like one no, and one I've just learned about this 17 seconds ago. We're maybe not the best like focus group for steamed hams, I suppose.
Oh yeah. It's well, if you come to Connecticut, give it a try because we're known for it. Another thing in this area, well, I'm sure it's not just this area, but you ever have spaghetti pizza?
No. I've not ever had spaghetti pizza. What are you just fucking combining words to make foods now? Like if I wait 5 more minutes, you're like, "Oh, you haven't had spaghetti pizza? How about cupcake reach around?"
So there's
you haven't had Ferrari mousse? No, none of those things. The second thing sounds really interesting though. Like I'm not saying good, just interesting.
Yeah, it goes great with apple bear,
Jesus, Mary, Joseph.
No, spaghetti pizza is just what it sounds like. They make a pizza.
Gross.
It's actually really good, but they use spaghetti as a topping, and it's pretty good. Sammy says, does anybody remember a few years ago Stop and Shop sold spaghetti muffins? That was some weird shit.
What the fuck? No, this is the first. All right, what'd you like? Okay, all right, I get it. So everybody had a conversation before the show. Well, like we're just gonna say a bunch of shit and just try to convince Brandon that it exists in Connecticut. Let's do that. Like it's fuck with Brandon Wednesday. Spaghetti muffins. Come on, guys.
I've heard of bacon muffins.
What? Spaghetti muffins. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. What's next? Fucking gnocchi birthday cake? Get the fuck out of here.
Sammy says, I worked in a deli and they sold them there. I swear to God.
Like, hold on. When you say they sold them there, do you mean they had them and tried to sell them? Or they actually sold? Because there is definitely a difference between those two things. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
I have no idea how we got on this topic. I'm sorry. I brought us here. Joanna's asking, if you had to choose a meal from any movie, what would it be?
There you go. They sold 3. Yeah.
If I wanted to choose a meal from any movie, it would be the old 96er from Great Outdoors.
Why?
Yeah. What the fuck? Did you watch the whole scene?
Yes, I did.
What are you talking about? He's done. There's nothing left on that plate but fat and gristle. Exactly.
Well, I just wanted...
That is word for word how that goes. And everyone who's ever...
You're giving me like a time, like giving me an option to choose like right now, right here at this moment.
You know what? That's true. You know what, Steve? I back you on that 100%. You're right. Because barring like the gross, like weird contest part of that, I get it for sure. That would be.
I have a fucking Rolodex of movie knowledge in here, and trying to file through that fucking Rolodex in 5 seconds is damn near impossible. So trying to figure out movie food in like 5 seconds is the first thing that jumps to mind. Great Outdoors.
Okay. Well, actually, I just Googled it, and there's a nice article on it. But before we get into that, bacon muffins you speak of, you take a muffin tin, and then you put bacon around the inside of it, and then you fill it with like egg and spices and stuff like that, and then bake it.
Yeah, and then for a fun, like, kind of sweet treat after that, you can take a lime and a coconut and shake them both up.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys.
Just real quick, top 13 foods from movies. Remy's Ratatouille from Ratatouille. Butterbeer from Harry Potter. Tony's Spaghetti and Meatballs from Lady and the Tramp. Kronk's Spinach Puffs from The Emperor's New Groove. Turkish Delight from The Chronicles of Narnia. Lembas Bread from Lord of the Rings. Mint Sorbet from The Princess Diaries. Tiana's Gumbo from Princess and the Frog. Both Bourguignon.
Beef bourguignon. Beef bourguignon. Beef bourguignon. Julie and Julia.
Yeah. The Triples Biscuits from Brave. $5 milkshake from Pulp Fiction.
That's pretty fucking good milkshake.
Lemon snow cones from Monsters Inc. Spiced hot chocolate from Chocolat. And that was it. I don't know if that's yeah.
I would you know what? I got it. I know what meal I would like. I would like to have what she's having, because it sounds like she's having an extremely vehement and enjoyable orgasm, and I would also like to come. For anybody who might be confused by that, I'm referencing When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah.
For the record, we're on the subject of food-based.
I'm trying to get us off the subject, Steven.
Before
real quick, go for it.
Jesus, Leo,
come on, Steven, go.
Binging with Babish. If anyone wants to see a guy make recipes and from food from movies and make recipes about it, check out Binging with Babish. That's all I wanted to say.
Ben,
all right?
What was it? Ben, what, say the name again.
Binging with Babish.
Binging with Babish.
Okay.
Binging with Babish.
Okay.
Binging.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to try and say it before Leo cut me off again and tried to take the train off the road.
So I have something to say about absolutely nothing.
Well, you're in the right fucking place.
Yeah. I made this right before we went live, so it's a little rough, but yeah. Spider-Man, no way you're getting a trailer.
strung you along for the past 8 months.
Did they say we're not getting a trailer?
Absolutely nothing before they release the movie in theaters. This November, see Spider-Man like you've never seen him before. In just the movie, with no footage seen beforehand.
That was a meme going around, Steven, that we're not getting a trailer, and I'm sure some people are picking it up as fact. But of course, we're gonna get a trailer.
I hope we fucking don't. Like,
I'm with Brandon. I don't think we should.
I think it would be fucking cool, man. That's like one of those things where, like, 10 years from now, if they didn't release the trailer, like we nerds like us be like, oh man, like that was so fucking different and weird, like the pandemic, and then they didn't, blah blah blah. You kids don't know how good you have it. You know, it'd be like one of those things where, like, trailer wise, you know, like From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
The whole idea, which I love, was that they wanted to advertise it solely as like a heist hostage movie.
Oh yeah, then it turned.
And then when people got to the theater, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna see George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino holding Harvey Keitel and his kids hostage and blah blah blah." Oh, I think look, Cheech Marin's in it. He's kind of funny. And then, you know, the shit goes down. Like, there's a fucking vampire movie. Everybody panic! Like, you know, that would be amazing. And then everybody, except for Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez, fucking buckled like a belt.
I agree with Brandon. Like I said, I don't think there should be a trailer for this because, you know, they've been trolling us all along. And with everything that's been going on with Loki and with What If coming out next week or the week after, whatever, they should just suspense us with disbelief. Like,
it's amusing-ish because there's been such a lull in any kind of real news, rumors, you know, really, about what's going on with.
Where have you been looking?
No. I mean, like new, like a lot
that
of stuff.
Isn't Reddit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really go to Reddit, but I mean, I do see other things and watch some videos, stuff like that. And a lot of it is seemingly a lot the same stuff, sort of just recycled because trying to fill that space and kind of help people out who are jonesing. But like, I just love the irony of all these Spider-Man fans not getting all this like movie news that they really want, and it's making them slowly like crawl all over the walls. It's amazing.
So there is a leaker. I think his name is RPK.
They, you know, rubber underpants and less water before bed, and they'll probably be fine.
Oh yeah, totally. So he's been spot on with a lot of stuff, and he leaked that the second trailer is when we will see Toby and Andrew.
Managed expectations.
I haven't seen the pig fly yet, but yeah.
This oh my god. People are it's gonna look like the fucking scene with the villagers with pitchforks and goddamn torches and Frankenstein, man. It's gonna be bad. Like
the last leak I saw, not from RPK, but this was a random leak that Toby plays a pizza delivery guy. like from that pizza place that he was.
Well, it'd be weird if he was playing a pizza delivery guy from the Chinese food place.
I know. Like both had like random jobs and they weren't Spider-Man.
So like when the guys who played the original Ghostbusters showed up in Ghostbusters and Slayer, they're called.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes, that's stupid.
Yeah. So if you want to avoid leaks, definitely tune away. But just real quick, a set leak from this week. Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man on the crew workers shirt for No Way Home. Yeah. So Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man suit is on the No Way Home like workers shirts.
Yeah. They like do they hand out a lot of straws on set? It just sounds like people are just grasping at them.
I know. Like I'm gonna share this.
Confirmation bias. Look, Andrew Garfield's gonna be in this because there's a Spider-Man costume.
How the hell
feel
could
like
you
you've been grossly misinformed about Spider-Man movies.
Like
And then
how,
Disney.
how could you make that out? How could you make that out that that's Andrew Garfield Spider-Man?
And
because
then,
he's wearing a Spider-Man costume, Leo.
Oh, okay.
And I want it to be.
it's a Spider-Man costume. And now Disney's deadliest force known to man, their legal team is going to come down on us with a leaked screenshot.
Oh my god. Fucking.
Oh, there's a clearer picture of it.
Oh wow. That's a clearer picture of it. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not. Listen, I don't know either way what's going to happen. If all these Spider-Mans show up in the movie, cool. I mean, that'd be like something new and fun and exciting I've never seen with a Spider-Man movie before. But if they don't, that's fine too, because I am also, I can't speak for anybody else, but I've actually paid attention to what Marvel does for many years now, and they will definitely do shit to fuck you up and make you think one thing. It's the Kansas City Shuffle.
Oh yeah.
You look left, they go right. Like it's
look at all the friggin' spoilers from like Mephisto. Everybody thought it was leaked Mephisto.
And it turns out it was just Agatha all along.
Exactly.
Oh, Mephisto. Fucking Christ.
So yeah, so we'll see what happens. There was a new What If trailer this week. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah.
I did. Okay, good talk. Yeah. So anyway, it looks really good. I'm not, how do I put this? I'm not trying to really focus on piecing together the little bits to figure out story elements.
No,
I think that takes the fun out of what that is anyway. It's just to whet our appetite for the types of stories they're going to be telling. But the thing that I was struck most by, and I really, really like this, like it's obvious this is a computer animated series.
Yeah.
But what's really cool is they did all the shading and everything for it, almost as if it were a really super sleek rotoscope style. And it actually it plays very well, particularly with the Captain Carter bits they were showing with Peggy as the super soldier, because it's all old timey and nothing fang dangled or what have you. And it actually really does like kind of evoke the Fleischer style.
It does, yeah.
From the 30s and 40s, from the 40s rather. And I was like super impressed by that, because really the last time that we've seen anything like that was with Paul Dini and Bruce Timm doing Batman the animated series, then continuing on to with, I mean, of course, the other Batman continuation, and Superman the animated series, Justice League Unlimited. All of that like stemmed from a lot of the same place, and they always cited Fleischer as like a major influence on when they were starting out with a lot of the Art Deco and shading for Batman. And it was just really cool to see that same kind of technique applied, but through a wholly new technology. It was dope. And I'm not usually like a straight up like visual guy. Like I need a little bit more story wise, but considering the anthological nature of what these what ifs are going to end up being, I'm very cool with sitting back and enjoying the eye candy and appreciating like the influences that came at it. It was fucking great.
Yeah, totally agree. And if you look at, modern day animation is sort of like a hit and miss. Like the new Voltron is awesome.
I mean, it all just kind of looks like it's coming out of the same like Korean animation studio. Yep. It's like it was just like that scene from Clerks, the animated series. Just everything all of a sudden is like Happy American Fun Time Party. Oh no, Bear is driving. How can that be? It's like, is every episode like this? Oh, every show is like this. Magnificent.
Yeah, I do miss like the old style art, and I know it's hard to go back to that because everything's so much easier with computers. You just make a character and then put an animation process through it. That's
you make it sound so easy, Leo.
Well, I mean,
you may as well be speaking fucking Swahili as far as I'm concerned right now. Like you lost me at make your own character, and then you started jargoning after that. I'm like,
all right, okay. So
I can draw a stick figure on paper. That's a character.
I mean, like they have so you build a character in 3D, even though this is like 2D. I'm sure it's still built
like from the Facts of Life.
Kind of.
I want to say I'm sorry, but I'm really not.
No. That was good. But so you take that character and you can have like move elements, and you say, okay, we're going to move your character from right to left, and then it knows to like place the legs left and right. It's there's a lot of presets, and you can see that they use a lot of those, because it's all the same movement, and like there's a lot of stuff that's like frozen when it shouldn't be, so a lot of the animation can be a little bit of choppy, whereas before they're hand drawing 30 images per second,
only 30,
right? It's 30 frames a second, right?
How old are you now, Sonny? 22. Back in my day, when I was your age, I was 26. War was a strange time.
Oh, jeez. I don't know what to say to that.
Don't say anything. Speaking about old guys that are going to remind us of times long past. A lot of news coming out of the Flash movie fairly recently.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw that there was quickly it was a blink and you miss it. It was gone in like a splash of light. It was splash. It was gone in a splash.
Flash of light.
Oh, flash! That's the word I was trying to think of. Thank you. And I mean, it certainly looks stylized. You didn't really get like the full front view of it, but I am fairly certain it was Ezra Miller's like stunt double or somebody doubling for like probably another like alternate reality version of Barry. Like we'll probably see several different Flashes in this, which after I saw that, I don't really want to refer to this movie as the Flash, Flashpoint, whatever anymore. I'm just going to refer to it as Speederman enter the Speederverse.
I can dig it. Yeah.
Yeah. Patent pending. You heard it here first.
So the leak you're talking about, it was a picture of the Flash's new suit. And I don't know if I should show it or not.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
Go to hey everyone. If you want to see the Flash's new suit, just go to Twitter. Go to the Twitter sphere and type in, Flash movie suit or Flash suit leak. Don't worry, if you type in Flash suit leak, it's not going to be like somebody pissing their pants in a Flash costume.
But it might be.
Or it might be. I mean, it's the internet, so you know the roulette wheel you decided to spin when you went on that journey. So
what is it, Rule 34? Or is that
Rule 63?
But yeah, I just go to Twitter, type in that, because someone showed me, because I begged him. I was like, please tell me you fucking saw that, because it's gone, it's scrubbed. And right before he showed it to me, I was like, wait a minute, what if I go to Twitter and type these words in, and fucking boom, right there. I'm like, oh, good. Thousands and thousands of people screenshot this. Good fucking luck to you, Warner.
Yeah. So the person that leaked the image said that he was on set with also Batman and Superman.
But not just like, oh, hey, Superman's here. Henry Cavill.
Yes.
They are. This is like the first we've heard of Henry Cavill being back.
Yeah.
But
they're really pulling the trigger on this, aren't they?
Well, I mean, it's their chance to, put right what once went wrong.
Exactly. Well, it's also not the last we've heard of Batfleck as well, because he was spotted in the was it the Batman?
Yes, he was Batman in a couple of movies, Leo.
No,
wow.
No.
Finger on the pulse here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it was.
I know you just like the size, like, oh man, if I could be strangled through a computer. I'm sure this would not be the first time it happened in my life.
Hey, you talking about he was spotted on the Batman, like the Batman that's coming out like next year? The
Or
one
am
with
I thinking of
emo
something else?
Batman.
I thought it was that he was doing the Flash, like he's
It was
showing up.
Flash. I thought it was something else as well. Maybe it was just a Flash.
Oh, maybe you know what? It might be Batgirl. I think that's what it is. Like
Maybe that was it,
he
yeah.
might be showing up briefly because it's just kind of like all over the place now. They're doing the Batman with Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves directing,
yes,
and Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon. I don't know if he's commissioner or lieutenant at this stage, but if it's supposed to be like Batman year 2 or something, he'd still be lieutenant, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But J.K. Simmons is going to play Barbara's father in Batgirl on HBO Max, and to that I say, okay, that sounds right to me. I have no problem with that. And to all you Whiner Baby fan dickheads, listen. If you want to talk about like, why are you changed up from the comic to the movie? She's Latino and he's a white guy. Okay, listen. Barbara Gordon was adopted. That changed after Crisis. Before that point, she was like, they're like, I don't know, second cousin or something like that. And Jim and his wife, Barbara, took her in and then adopted her. That's it. Like she was related to Jim Gordon for sure, but she lost her family and they became her family. And they also still had another kid or whatever. Like that's that. And it's pretty straightforward. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
So that could very easily be the case with the Batgirl movie that they're doing on HBO Max. And quite frankly, that's fine by me. And also, if they don't explain it, very fine by me. Who gives a shit?
we're still getting more DC stuff, and I love it.
Yeah, and also like, oh, I can't believe they hired this like beautiful, talented actress to play Barbara Gordon. Yeah, guys, what a fucking nightmare. Shut up. She doesn't have red hair. Yeah, well, fucking neither did Barbara Gordon, you fuckheads. Like, Batgirl was popularized by Von Craig playing her on Batman 66. And the whole conceit of the character was that she had short, dark hair and she wore a red-haired wig underneath the purple cowl to even more throw off any likeness between her alter egos, particularly whenever she was going to be around Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah. Also, the woman portraying Batgirl, I think she responded saying that she was a redhead once. Like she dyed her hair red once.
I mean, hasn't like every girl for the most part been like a fucking redhead once at this point?
It's, just people love gingers, I don't know why.
Yeah, people love gingers. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that red Kool-Aid is the most abundant Kool-Aid in the entire country, right? I'm bored in 14. Yeah, we can tell.
So what do you guys think of all this Disney being sued?
I
Go for it, Steven. Go for it.
I did like 3 rants about it already, one for Patreon and one on our podcast today.
Make it 4.
Actually, it was 2, but I'm making it 3. You know what?
Do it, young Steven. Use your hate. Let it flow through you.
I'm all angered out, and I'm not being angry.
Bullshit. No, I'm just fucking with you.
I'm not angry. I'm just kind of wondering the mentality of Disney. Like, we should have gotten Black Widow a long time ago, and now they're, in the words of Sigourney Weaver, fucking everyone over a goddamn percentage. And now they release Black Widow twice on Premiere Access and in theaters, pull it out, and then, no pun intended, Scarlett Johansson's upset over it and pulling a Stewie Griffin asking, "Where's my money?" And yeah, it's a basic gist of it for those of you who don't know, but it's becoming a hairy mess, and Gerard Butler's getting upset over his money quanderings with the recent Olympus Has Fallen.
The fact that his movies haven't made any in the past 6 years.
And Emma Stone is upset over Cruella.
Yeah, because it actually did get released.
Yeah, and it was
awful.
Chewed up by the dogs, no pun intended. And then now with Jungle Cruise.
Hold on. My wife actually enjoyed Cruella.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And now with Jungle Cruise, I'm very surprised Emily Blunt won't be rolling up into this whole mess either, because it was a good movie, but with the Disney's pattern of releasing something like Black Widow or Cruella and then pulling it out of the theater, Emily Blunt may be coming for a lawsuit too.
Well, it definitely, the precedent will be set, and it's going to open up for more people that, to sue, because they signed a contract thinking it was going to be in only theaters, and with Disney making the change to multiple release, they should have thought and said, hey, this is going to change the business model, we're going to pay you extra to make up for it.
It's not even about paying her extra or anything like that. Her contract,
paid what she's due.
Yeah, I mean, her contract set the way it was for, traditional. I mean, traditionally, that's not even a word that we really applied like that until the pandemic, traditional release. But, it was going to be a cinematic release. And there was no ifs, ands, or buts about that. But then the pandemic, COVID-19, novel coronavirus hit, and we all had to quarantine. We've been in lockdown, shutdown, however you want to refer to it. And they shifted Black Widow's release date 3 or 4 times. And 4. Thank you, Steve. And a lot of people don't seem to realize, like, Black Widow was finished before the pandemic hit. It was supposed to come out in May of 2020. That was the first release date that they had set. And then, it started becoming like follow the bouncing ball when it came to the release date schedule. And it's like, okay, cool. We follow the bouncing Black Widow, I suppose. And, we got it, and that's all fine and dandy. But her contract specifically dealt with like back end deal. And that's how an actor in a long running franchise is able to use their position in it to make more money than what their upfront salary is. Robert Downey Jr., he got paid, like $25 million to play Iron Man, which is like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. But then part of his negotiation for continuing on past the first movie was getting, points on the back end for merchandising and box office. And that's how he ended up becoming so insanely fucking rich, because of everything else associated with the success of the movie doing so well. And that's exactly the kind of lucrative deal that actors and actresses sign when doing such things. And rightfully so, Scarlett Johansson and Disney entered into an agreement such as that. But with the change, it was not on Scarlett Johansson to, do anything. Disney was the one that made the offer. They are the ones that had the contract. They said, we'll sign this and we'll stay true to our word. Well, part of that responsibility, that corporate responsibility you have to your partners, your internal customers, however you want to refer to them. And that's exactly what Scarlett Johansson is at that point, is you need to like make it good. You need to stay on top of managing their expectations. And that's bare bones in business, man. And what they're doing is poor business. They decided to split the release of the movie. Instead of the exclusivity of a cinematic release, they cannibalized their own profits in the box office to shore up and add more to the assets of the Disney Plus streaming service, which is a completely different set of revenue streams versus the versus the Disney film section, like what's actually supposed to be, output into theaters. So they took that money that should have been for the, all the production costs, all the salaries, all of that, and they applied about $60 million of it right off the bat to Disney Plus. Like it was absorbed directly into that part of the business model. And that's fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
If they had done something like this to Chris Evans, so many people would be like, yeah, fuck that, give him the money he deserves. But not only were people like kind of like questioning Scarlett Johansson on this, right out of the gate, how fucking dare Disney come out and try to weaponize the fucking fact that she is a successful actress who, is in the business just like they are, and took a very, for those kinds of movies, standard contract and flat rate for what is the normal like back end point deals, as well as, like an executive producer credit. Like that's all that's fucking boilerplate at this point. That's so fucking standard. They don't give a shit. They don't fucking care. And they said how, she got $20 million and it's too bad. I mean, it's really like, it really does boil down to this. I'm not embellishing all that much. She made $20 million in the middle of a pandemic where we were all trying our absolute best and the world was burning. So sorry that she couldn't make even more money. And it's like, fuck you guys. Like, you are a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and you are seriously trying to turn around and say, like, look at that woman. She already made like this much money. Why does she even need more? That's what their argument is. You know why? Because that's what you fucking promised her when she signed a goddamn piece of paper. Make it fucking right.
And the thing is, Disney, all they care about is money. They get money from their tickets. They get money from their rides. Even fucking earlier, they released their Star Cruiser thing, hotel.
Well, yeah, we'll definitely talk about that in a second. But it's more than that, because if you look at it's definitely different metrics and different business models. Releasing a movie, in the theater, you're getting a big lump sum, within a short amount of time. Whereas on demand, sometimes that's a loss leader for other things. Like, how many people did that bring to the streaming service that are now paying a monthly fee? So they paid, the download fee, but they also subscribed up to monthly. And now they're paying Disney, whatever.
$30 for premiere access when something comes out, so they don't have to go to the theater.
Yeah. But also the 15 a month for Disney Plus?
Maybe premiere mortals.
But the thing is, it's going to be a rude awakening for them when Shang-Chi and Spider-Man comes out, because they've said, well, especially for Spider-Man, that's not coming to premiere. It's only coming in theaters.
Well, they're saying that now. I mean, Facebook user says, yeah, fuck the House of Mouse.
I mean, that may change with the Delta Plus, Lambada House, and all that shit going on.
Lambada House, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's a new variant called Lambada.
No, it's Lambda.
Lambda.
Think of like Revenge of the Nerds, like Lambda.
Yeah, that's
Omega Mu, whatever.
Lambda.
And Omega Mu. Clap your hands, everybody. So yeah. Wow, that was great, guys.
Love it.
Yeah, so basically, everyone, like, Disney's a fucking soulless, blood-sucking entity of corporate culture, and this surprised absolutely no cynic out there.
Oh yeah, and I know Steven just mentioned it.
I bet you would like your money, bitch, wouldn't you? Come and get it.
Who the fuck is? I know James. I know James.
I'll fuck her up for you, buddy. Gosh.
Yeah, bend over. Goofy's gonna give it to you. Okay.
Yeah, and bend over for Mickey Mouse, because look at these fucking prices.
Okay, so if you are a Star Wars fan and want the ultimate Star Wars experience for the Star Wars hotel, 2 guests per cabin, the cheapest rate is $1,200 per guest per night.
That equals 2 quarts of lube per capita.
Hold on, wait, I don't see anything. So is it? There's no like collectors, like straw or whatever.
So what?
No, because the collector straw is for the fucking 8 ball of cocaine you get with that, right?
Yeah. Okay, so it says Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser rates vary depending on your voyage departure date, the number of guests in your cabin, and your cabin type. So this is the basic cabin. This is starting from. We look forward to sharing more details for you when we're able to book this experience at a later time. Price based on cabin room. Number of packages available is limited. All packages are a 2-night experience.
And the type of adventure you want too, that gets added in.
Is it an even smaller asterisk? 2-night experience is experienced in 1 day. What the fuck? You cram 48 hours into 24. Don't know. Don't worry. We found a way.
So they have a commercial for this. I'm not going to play it because I don't want us to get shut down. But it's basically a family is at the hotel. They're all dressed in Star Wars garb, and the daughter comes running in. They need us to save the ship, and the father goes, "No, we're going to save the galaxy."
So basically, for those of you who don't know or read the Disney blog, Disney Park blog, this is the ultimate Star Wars role-playing fantasy. So if you are the ultimate Star Wars fan and you want to pump your second and third mortgage into this, then this is for you. Basically, you're going to drive your vehicle, valet service and everything into their exclusive thing, and then they're going to take you through this like shuttle. It looks like a lunar shuttle. From there, it's all the Galactic Cruiser. You're basically in Florida, but you're not in Florida. You're basically in space. It's just
Well,
yeah, no, there are definitely a bunch of fucking space cadets in Florida. I can agree with that.
Yeah, it's a fucking facade, pretty much. But you get you get an outfit. You get to choose what role you want. They give you a name, Toby, maybe. I don't know.
What a weird fucking reference to make right now.
But then they,
that was left fucking field. What?
Then they give you your role. They say, you know, you can have drinks here. You can go to Batu or their Galaxy's Edge place. You can pretty much do whatever you want.
Well, yeah. So the hotel, you don't see the outside. All the windows are screens, so it looks like you're in space. And then you take a shuttle to the park directly. So if you want, exactly, yeah. So and then you're magically on planet, you know, with the Falcon and you know, the Galaxy's Edge, you know. So
yeah, okay, listen, I mean, I was joking about it earlier, but for anybody out there that would like to experience something like very, very cool, save yourself some money. Don't go all the way there. Just, you know, see about getting take a couple tabs of acid or have eat like an eighth of magic mushroom caps. And then just watch like all the Star Wars movies, like all day, like in a row. Just, you know, set yourself up in a nice safe space, nice big high definition television, and you will not just experience Star Wars. For that day, you will fucking be Star Wars.
Or you can do
hold on. I got one even better, Steven. Or it might be the same one. If you want a real trip, use the mushrooms and watch the holiday special.
No,
No, that's not a real trip. That's called a bad trip. Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
I can trump the two of you better. Hits of acid, hits of mushrooms, and do a triple feature. 2001: A Space Odyssey, followed by Star Trek: The Motion Picture, then all the Star Wars movies. Well,
dude, you fucking lost me at 2001: A Space Odyssey. Like, I'm glad I've seen the movie, like, for real, but I'm also, like, not glad that I've seen the movie. Yeah. You get it. Like, I had to, I Rick and Morty, you know, some stuff's gone down, and I had to, like, I turned to my wife, like, oh, that's funny. It's like 2001, and she was just like, what? I was like, okay,
Star Trek, motion picture.
Of course you've never seen it before, and I had to, like, briefly explain, and she was like, oh, I should probably see that. And I was like,
no,
should you? I'll just send you a link for the Wikipedia page. Just read that. Save like 2.5, 3 hours of your life.
Speaking of Rick and Morty, did you see this week's Rick and Morty?
I did.
Oh my God, was it so good?
It really was. It was. I enjoyed it quite thoroughly.
Oh yeah, Voltron, but it's ferrets instead of cats, and
go bots.
Multiple Voltrons making larger Voltrons. So we have the 5 ferrets make the big robot. So if we do 5 big robots to make the bigger robot,
like just making bigger robots and then finding more robots and saying, oh wait, if we combine those robots with the big robots, they'll be even bigger. And I mean, it's just like a reverse Russian doll situation. Like,
yeah. Oh my God.
Nothing.
Sammy Ann says good night, guys. Good night, Sammy. Thanks for watching.
Night, Sammy. Have a good night.
Most of our demographic probably won't get that joke. That
that's fine. I don't give a shit. If for anybody that's curious, I'm doing an impression of Paul Lynde as Uncle Arthur from Bewitched. He always would show up and be like, "How you doing, Sammy?" He always be like snide and making little comments like, "Reminds me of the time that her cousin got kicked off the beach because she didn't wear half of her bathing suit." And then like Samantha would leave the room, and then Darren would be like, "Which half didn't she wear?" And he'd be like, "The left." Here you go, Charlotte. Says humble. He was also the voice of Templeton in the animated Charlotte's Web, if that's like a better reference for you.
I've never seen that, but
Seth MacFarlane does an impression of him to do the voice of Roger on American Dad.
Nice.
Staniel.
Bewitched I loved when I was a kid, though.
That's my favorite. They always like paired it with I Dream a Genie, and I did not really dig on I Dream a Genie.
No.
Nah. I was always a Samantha kid. I loved that show.
I was confused. Like, what happened to the Darren? Like, he just changed.
I was so little when I started watching Bewitched because of Nick at Night that I didn't even fucking notice until I was like 15. I was like, wait a minute. I think that's a different guy. And my dad was like, yeah, stupid. Like, famously. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Born in 1982. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. You're not like the same age as me. I'm like, yeah, I could have fucking fooled all my friends, dick. Yeah. Thanks for imbuing me with the soul of somebody born right at the tail end of World War II. Great stuff. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I really like that Ike fellow. Who?
Okay, Steven, you put this in the notes. Why the hell do we care about Jeopardy?
What?
No, Leo, you have to give him the answer, and then he gives you the question. I'm sorry. I didn't know what we were doing. I was way off.
The answer is why do we give a fuck?
No. What's up, Steven?
I'll take. Why is everyone giving me a hard time for 500? Leo.
I'm not.
Basically, I put this in the group because you every week you say send us your topics. I saw this last minute because it seems like we talk about like all the big stuff. Apparently, LeVar Burton wasn't good enough. Apparently, Ken Jennings wasn't good enough for all you diehard Jeopardy fans. But apparently, the executive producer Mike Richards is now supposed to be the permanent host to replace Alex Trebek in Jeopardy.
Good. I mean, listen, to say like they're not good enough, it was never that they were going to be the permanent host. It was a series of guest hosts.
Yeah,
it's not like either one of those guys were like, exceptions to the rule or whatever. I think if people haven't been paying that much attention to Jeopardy, and it's only like because LeVar Burton's showing up right now, that they're really focusing on it, then they kind of missed the point of trying to keep the legacy, like give what's the word I'm looking for, homage and respect to Alex Trebek, while continuing on with the show, still providing the entertainment and information that people have gotten used to over the decades. I think it's a wise move to not go with anybody even remotely famous. It's like the only thing anybody knew Alex Trebek from when he took over Jeopardy was like another fucking daytime game show that he used to host, which was like pictures, and you had to like figure out what the fucking phrase was they spelled out. I barely remember it. I preferred watching that than Price is Right when I was a kid and staying homesick, but that's like pretty much it. He was in Canada. He was on a daytime Merv Griffin talk show. Then Merv Griffin decided to bring back Jeopardy, because I think a lot of people aren't aware of that either. Like Alex Trebek was on the repurposed Jeopardy. It was brand new. And originally it was Art Carney. No, not Art Carney. Geez, not Art Carney. Art Fleming. Geez. Art Fleming. And was it still Don Pardo, I think, doing the... Yeah, I think it was Don Pardo doing the announcing. You won. kind of thing.
Now that I realize I have to meet a specific quota to send news links every Wednesday, I apologize.
No, it's okay. I'm only listening on you, Steve. And we're getting a weird echo.
Huh?
Why do we got an echo?
Hello?
Let me mute. Steven. Is it gone? It's gone. It's coming from Steven.
Bullshit.
Testing. Yeah, we're getting Steven.
Wasn't like that all night.
No. Pop out and pop back in.
This is a joke. I'll be right back.
We'll be here, bud.
Facebook user says, "Hi, rollers." And the show you're talking about came after he was on Jeopardy, called Concentration. Art Fleming version went off in 75.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, Concentration. That's the one I was trying to think of. But yeah, Art Fleming and Don Pardo doing that. And it was like so much more low tech. It was a really smart move for Merv Griffin to throw a bank of television screens up there.
Yeah.
It fed right into the like mid 80s like consumerism of the Reagan era, like nobody's business. And it's remained since. Like it became a staple of the look of the show. I do miss the fun other like prizes they would give people though, because even in the Throwback era they did that. It wasn't just money. It would be like, you won a year's supply of rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat.
Yeah.
Which as a kid I was like, what's rice-a-roni? Like, is it all they eat in San Francisco? I wanna go to there. Like, I want to try this stuff. And my dad was like, Brandon, you are 5 and you don't even like ketchup touching your hot dog. I'm not gonna give you fucking rice that's fried in a pan.
Still a thing?
Oh yeah. It's
Well, I can see there's no echo, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, no, echo's gone. Those weird prizes like the Dalmatians on Wheel of Fortune.
You get a full case of turtle wax. Oh, thank God. My last full case is just about to run out.
Facebook user says it was Merv's wife that came up with the answer question. She said to Merv, if I say 5280, you would come up with a question. What is a mile?
Interesting.
Yeah.
But stupid.
Yeah.
I know we have another project we're going to be working on, so we'll wrap it up shortly. But just real quick, I also just read that the Bad Robots, The Shining TV series has been turned down by HBO.
Good. So good. Yes, sir. No, sir. Hot dog, maybe. Yes. Very good. Very good. Very good. Thank you. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a big Stephen King fan, and I honestly have to say, I love the book The Shining. I appreciate Kubrick's The Shining for what he did. I can enjoy them as separate things, and that's quite all right. There's no cognitive dissonance there for me. And the book Dr. Sleep that Stephen King wrote as a sequel to The Shining came out. I enjoyed the book. He went a little Stephen King with it, though. He related a lot of it to like some of his Dark Tower stuff and what have you, snuck some things in there. But it was like a bit too self-referential for everything that was occurring in his particular version of The Shining. And I think Mike Flanagan actually took the story that was written in the novel and just distilled the hell out of it and got like everything that you needed, and even excised some of the more this would only work in a book elements, and nothing like even like crazy supernatural either. Just kind of like isn't that like, that's either in a book or a soap opera, not in a giant fucking Hollywood movie. How about that? But Mike Flanagan, he's like an exception to the rule of Stephen King, because that guy he fucking gets everything he touches. It's he's amazing. I look forward to any project that I know he's involved with. And to hear that J.J. Abrams, who was also a big King fan, was going to be doing something like that, I was like, who wanted this? Who? It's like you announced this, and what there were. It's like there were 3 people across the fucking world that were like, finally, they're telling the stories I want to hear.
Wolfie's asking, what about the Steven Weber movie version of The Shining?
The Shining? I actually just rewatched that for the first time since it aired on ABC a few months ago. I cannot recall if my wife had seen it before. I don't believe she had. And it was interesting because we've both read the book, then we watched Kubrick's movie. We watched the director's cut of Dr. Sleep, and then I bought The Shining from ABC, directed by Mick Garris, starring Steven Weber and Rebecca De Mornay. I bought that on DVD, popped it in, and honestly, it was hindered more by the fact that it was on ABC than anything else. I think if Mick Garris and Stephen King had been given like a good budget and someone else besides Stephen King writing the entire screenplay for it, like coming in to assist with it, maybe work on more like film beat stuff, it would have been something that I'm not saying it would have been on the same level per se as Kubrick's movie, but I don't think it would have been anywhere near the bottom of the rung ridiculed project that it's become. There's a lot of things in it that I see like, oh man, that's exactly how it should be, but they just couldn't execute it properly. You know, one of the things that I do enjoy about the miniseries from ABC, just from like character development stuff. Jack loves Wendy and Danny in the book and in the ABC miniseries. And it's the alcoholism brings out the worst tendencies in him, and it scares him. That's a big part of it too. But also, he was abused as a child, and his father was an alcoholic. He did the same kind of shit that he had already done to Danny when he, inadvertently broke his arm because he was drunk. Well, the whole thing about Kubrick's movie is like, I got the feeling that Jack Torrance hated his fucking wife and kid from like the word go. Like fucking Sidewinder Colorado had fuck all to do with him wanting to kill his wife and kid. Like it wasn't like a big push the hotel had to make. He basically finished the Overlook sentence. it was like, oh yes, Mr. Torrance, what we'd like you to do is take some kind of weapon and go beat the shit out of my wife and kid until they're dead, right? Sure. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Hey, have fun. Like he beat him to the punch. He was like, yeah. I got it. I'm all over it. I'm already walking up the stairs. I'm gonna tell him bash your fucking brains out. It's gonna be great. You'll love it. You'll plots. And the cool thing about Dr. Sleep being made into a major motion picture was Mike Flanagan very smartly gave Stephen King. He changed the ending from what the book was, but he actually used the ending of The Shining, the novel by Stephen King, in place of Dr. Sleep's ending, and just switched out the characters of Jack and Danny because it's all about Danny Torrance all grown up. And it's incredible because the end of the book, The Shining, there is redemption for Jack, and that's key. After all that shit and where he let the hotel get into him, he gave it access to him, and he was basically like doing what it wanted, and just a tool to fucking turn his kid into a psychokinetic battery for this fucking gate to a hellmouth. And just when he realizes, like, wait a minute, if I do this, the hotel gets destroyed. and then my wife and kid are free. Fine, I'm gonna crank this bitch up and let it blow sky high like that. He fought through it, and he fought against the hotel, and he did that. He destroys the Overlook at the end of the book The Shining. And I'm sorry if I'm spoiling the book The Shining for you guys, but it only came out like 40 fucking years ago. So,
Well, I have to say I've never read the book and I've never seen the movie.
well,
Who the
don't worry,
fuck are you?
I didn't spoil the movie for you, so you got that going for you, which is nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what do we need to see before any of that happened? Like, really?
It's just, corporate people thinking, hey, we got something popular. The sequel came out and people like that. So let's make a series about it.
Well, thankfully, cooler heads prevailed.
Well, cooler head. It's like when there's an article I read the earlier today where it seems like cooler heads don't prevail when people come up with stupid ideas. Seems like the people that want to make a musical out of Jaws.
I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed Evil Dead the musical. I saw it in Vegas, and it was a delightful
musical.
I've heard good things about it. I've heard good things about Book of Mormon, but making a musical on one of the greatest horror movies of all time, one of the greatest horror movies of all time, I don't see that happening.
But I mean, didn't they announce that they're doing it? So
yeah, but
currently it is happening.
How can they do it?
See, what they do is they take the story as a framework, and then they apply like musical numbers and dancing in certain spots. So it's like a musical.
Besides like them singing a sea shanty on the boat, that's the only musical number there is, kind of.
Yeah, but you know how like you understand how like songwriting works, right? Like they'll look at scenes and then try to encapsulate what feelings the scene is trying to evoke, and then write the song according to that emotional truth.
Yes.
I love musicals, man. So like I'm definitely on the other side of like, hey, if they want to make a Jaws musical, I'll check it out. I went to go see Silence the musical in fucking Lynn, Massachusetts. It's Silence of the Lambs. It was amazing. I laughed hysterically, and purposely so. Like it is purposely funny.
Well, it just goes to show if they can shit out Sgt. Pepper's and make that into a musical, then they can make a musical out of anything.
Well,
I don't see what the problem is with doing it. I mean, it depends on how they approach it, you know?
I'm just saying I know you like musicals, Brandon.
No, go ahead. Do your thing. It's fine.
Certain musicals I have an issue with. I mentioned one of them, Sgt. Pepper's.
Well, that movie is fucking terrible.
Thank you.
It's not just terrible. It's terrible. Like
dog
you have to do a long. Oh yeah, no. It's the celluloid equivalent to "Daddy, I make boom boom." Like yeah, I'm good.
It's like someone wiped their ass and with their Nintendo DS and gave it to their best friend on the playground and like, whoops, I dropped it. Now it's broken.
That is a very specific reference. Did that happen to you?
No, I'm just
okay.
No, a good friend of mine in Canada. Leave me alone. Let's change the subject.
I got that like from a joke on YouTube from a comedian.
Don't explain yourself to him. Don't explain yourself to him, Steve. Fuck that shit. You keep going, buddy.
No,
don't listen to that horse shit.
Musicals have been ruined enough for me with that goddamn movie because I was.
But that's the one movie that ruined like all musicals for you. Like I'm like being a half smart ass right now. Have you seen like more than 3 musicals? Because
I've seen more than 3. I've seen that. I've seen Moulin Rouge. I've seen Phantom of the Opera, the Schumacher one. I will admit the Schumacher Phantom of the Opera is good. But Moulin Rouge,
No, okay. Well, that's Baz Luhrmann, and well, I mean, that's all the explanation I'm going to give. That's Baz Luhrmann. So, yeah, that's a lot. You don't have to elaborate or elucidate on why that one didn't really like blow your hair back. That's fine.
No,
but I mean, there's like actual like classical, like phenomenal musicals out there. I mean, one that I think you might get a kick out of because it's a musical about making a movie in the era of Hollywood where they're switching to talkies, starring Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, that's Carrie Fisher's mom, and a guy named Donald O'Connor, and it's called Singing in the Rain, and it's like super meta. Like it's
I've
hilarious.
I've heard about Singing in the Rain. I just didn't know about the plot.
Oh, dude, you would seriously, Steven, you would dig it, dude. I guarantee. I think you would really like it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about making a movie. Like it's the whole thing of like they have two big stars. One of them is Gene Kelly. The other one's this beautiful blonde woman, but they're silent movie stars. And now they're like, oh, Warner's going to be doing one of these new talking movies. Well, we better get on it too. And they decide to make their new movie with the two of them starring, The Dueling Cavalier, into a talkie. Well, the thing is, there's an issue because Gene Kelly is the male and he's Gene Kelly. So he's got kind of a Philadelphia high Irish guy voice, but he's still very handsome and what have you. And no one would ever like see Gene Kelly and be like, that guy's a fucking pussy or anything. But the woman who is his co-star, being a silent film actress has really worked to her advantage because when you finally hear her, she shows up on set and she's like, hey, are we going to start filming soon? And that's where Debbie Reynolds comes in. She gets hired to be her voice for their first ever talking motion picture. And dude, it's fucking great.
I did a little Googling, and actually there is a one of the songs that they're working on for that has leaked.
Is it Shark Dressed Man?
I'm gonna play it right now.
Oh God.
Oh wait, no, there's no words to that one. Let me find it.
Oh no! Wait, sorry. You know what? That was I hit the demo button on my keyboard.
It's supposed to be Baby Shark. How come nobody's singing?
So you're just trying to Leo? Shut the fuck up! You ruined your own joke.
I know.
A baby shark. Baby shark. Baby shark. Baby shark.
Thank you for stopping that. But also fuck you for not stopping it 20 seconds earlier.
Leo, get the fuck off of Reddit and get the fuck off of Nick Jr.
Whoa. Who's this Nick Jr. fellow?
Okay, last thing I will leave us with is Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle? Anybody? Blue Beetle?
Blue Beetle. Yes. He is a comic book character from the DC side of things. He was originally he actually goes all the way back to the Golden Age as a character. He was a cop named Dan Garrett who somehow, I can't remember exactly how, but got some scarab. It was an ancient scarab that imbued him with some like enhanced strength and reflexes and agility, and he used it to fight crime as the Blue Beetle. And then he had like a protege who was a young inventor named Ted Cord, who the character of Night Owl in Watchmen is based off of Blue Beetle. These two, the older Blue Beetle and Blue Beetle 2. And he uses technology to fight crime because the scarab, even though Dan gave it to him, it doesn't give him any abilities, but he still treasures it. Its sentimental value is through the roof. And stuff goes down. Ted Cord is he merges with the infinite, and all of a sudden some shit happens with some all the magic throughout the DC universe, and the Scarab reawakens and it fuses itself, which it never actually did. It was never fully activated with Dan Garrett. It fuses to the spine and nervous system of a young, like probably freshman or sophomore kid in high school, Jaime Reyes. And is it Arizona or something like that? Where they are, I think, or Colorado. Anyway, it's one of those UCNA states. It's like Utah, Colorado, Arizona, or Nevada, something like that. And he's been a pretty popular character for a little bit. I like him. I think it's a cool way to continue the legacy of Blue Beetle. And they announced the casting for the HBO Max. I don't know if it's going to be a series or movie, but it's going to star Jola Maridueña, who plays Miguel on Cobra Kai on Netflix, which just had its second season, and the third season has been announced, and we're all expecting Mike Barnes to show up.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you don't know the character, he was the love interest of what's his name? His daughter. My mind went blank.
In Cobra Kai?
In Cobra Kai.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Daniel LaRusso?
Yes, Danny's daughter.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend. The first one.
Oh, yeah.
The second one was.
Yeah, I'm like, the second one. Okay, sure. But yeah, he's the kid that lives in the same complex as at the same apartment complex as Johnny.
Yep.
And that's how he ends up becoming like the first kid to join the new Cobra Kai, and actually shows Johnny that he actually likes teaching, and he's much better at it than his fucking sensei ever was.
Oh yeah.
Fucking crazy. That dude sucks.
Oh yeah, love the show though. Show's amazing. Okay, on that note, we are gonna wrap things up because we have to reach out to Justin.
Reach out and touch Justin. You're welcome, all you 46-year-olds out there. Real blast from the past, huh?
Steven, where do you like people interacting with you?
Super Rich with Throwback Reviews on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can listen to both our shows, Super Rich with Throwback Reviews, The Audio Files, and CSI The Vegas Files, both on the Dorkening Podcast Network and on all major podcasts and distributors. I'm here every Wednesday on the Dorkening, and check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Super Rich Podcast. Lots of great perks if you back us. Leo's a backer. So yeah, definitely reap the rewards and support us.
Cool beans. For Brandon.
Hey everyone. You can follow me. Well, you can join me over at the Powers Combined Facebook group. Just a geeky group where we all just we're pretty much the get along gang over there. Our number one rule is don't be a jerk. If you violate that, you will be given the stanky boot out the door. Then you can also follow me on Twitter at Brandon's Powers, and on Instagram at This Brandon Has Powers. This Brandon Has Powers. And you can also find me here every Wednesday night on The Dorkening. And just remember, everybody, they can't kill you if you're already dead inside.
And for me, just Google Leo Pine. You find a bunch of stuff. But more importantly, follow these awesome people. All the links are in the show notes. And I run a little thing called the Dorkening Podcast Network. Just about 40 shows on the network. And a lot of awesome people doing a lot of awesome stuff. Make sure you check it all out. And with that, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Have a good night, everybody.